Namaste. Welcome to Agriculture Affairs in Nepal with me, Nirmala Basnet. Dear viewers, let us start the program with the main affairs of the day. The 50 villages in Karnali are preparing to become model villages within 3 years. Recently, there has been initiation of marigold cultivation in most of the areas in Dang. In the first 2 months of the current fiscal year, commodity imports have decreased while the exports have increased, and much more. Let us now continue the program with the affairs of the model villages in Karnali. The government of Nepal is doing a lot in the sector of agriculture. Well, it is about time. The development of agriculture is 23,000 years old, and yet the Nepali agriculture is primitive. Nepal is in need of agriculture and educational revolution. I say educational revolution because education is the key to enhance agriculture, which is the backbone of the country. One of the programs of the government of Nepal is Model Village Program. This will help the Nepali people realize that whatever the world has to offer is right here in the country. The 50 villages in Karnali are preparing to become model villages within 3 years. Let us look at this report for a little while. Model society have been making preparations to make villages in Surkhet, Dailek and Jajarkot into model villages. This is done with the facilitation of Surkhet and local level partnership. Likewise, Lal Bahadur Magar, Executive Director of Sampark Samaj Surkhet, said that a sample village will be constructed in different places in Surkhet, Dailek and Jajarkot. Organizers have said that work is underway to form a sample village management committee in all 3 districts. It has also been informed 14 management committees have already been formed so far. Already, the responsibility of choosing a model village has been given to the local level concerned. Under sample village, the first year will be handed over to the local level for empowerment and awareness related to Human Development Index. Second year, physical infrastructure and skill development. Last, in the 3rd year, the locals will be handed over. After the report on model villages, let us now talk about the affairs of the floriculture. There are very few people who do not fall in love with the charm of the flowers. Some records show that floriculture was started as an industry during 19th century in the UK. During this time, large number of flowers were produced for commercial purpose. In Nepal, the floriculture has always been very important since the Hindus offer flowers during puja. But flowers in Nepal were grown only in personal level. In Nepal, during Rana regime, different foreign flowers were cultivated in the gardens. Floriculture Association in Nepal was established in 1992 AD. Now more and more Nepalese are feeling the need of national production of flowers. More and more farmers are now cultivating flowers targeting the festivals. Not only that, many are targeting the whole year. Recently, there has been initiation of marigold cultivation in most of the areas in Dang. Let us look at this report for a little while. Before this time, due to lack of commercial cultivation of marigold flowers in the district, it was compulsory to bring flowers from outside the district for various festivals and events in the district. Currently, marigold flowers are being cultivated commercially in Gorahi, submetropolitan city Zingora. In other places of the district, though not commercially, flower cultivation has begun. Lokendra Rokamagar, a president of Zingora, has professionally done commercial cultivation of marigold flowers. Magar cultivated flowers only for Tihar for a couple of years. But recently, he has started commercial cultivation of marigold by registering a floral farm called Jaljale Floriculture. Local farmers have said that they have begun cultivating flowers after seeing the demand for flowers for festivals and other auspicious activities, including Dashain and Tihar, in the district. Magar says that he has cultivated marigold in total of more than half a biga of land. He has imported African variety of marigold from India and cultivated it in Nepal. According to the local flower entrepreneurs, they are unable to produce flowers according to the demand of the district. At present, one garland is being sold for 100 rupees in the district. The farmers who produced flowers
only for Dashain and Tihar are going to produce flowers for all 12 months from this year. Currently, the floriculturists say that the rose flowers are coming from other districts for decoration in the district.
After the report on floriculture, let us now talk about the affairs of the import-export. Trade started at a very personal level. Trading runs the world this day. Since different countries were politically separated, there is a custom of trading goods between countries. This trading brings friendship and understanding between people. Trade makes the far-off land close to us. Trade is possible because the goods that are produced in one place does not grow well in another place. Since each region of the world is special for one crop, the trade of produce is possible. Each country has special criteria of health of the goods being imported. Nepal has special quarantine that has to be satisfied for the goods to come into the country. This must be the reason why the export is more than import this year. In the first 2 months of the current fiscal year, commodity imports have decreased while the exports have increased. Let us look at this report for a little while.
According to the Customs Department data, the total import of 2 karba, 29 arba, 50 crore has been made. The amount is less by 1.22% in comparison to the previous year. In the previous fiscal year, goods worth 2 karba, 32 arba, 34 crore was imported in this duration. However, the export has increased during this period. According to the same data, in the 2 months of the current fiscal year, goods worth 18 arba, 50 crore, 18 lakh have been exported. The amount increased by 25.87% in the corresponding period of the previous fiscal year.
After the report on export and import, let us now talk about the affairs of apples from Jumla. After the spray of the DDT in the 1950s, every DNA on Earth was contaminated with DDT. One of the 100 best literatures of the 20th century was written in the 1960s called The Silent Spring by Rachel Carson. This book talks about the fact that nothing on Earth is organic now that the DDT has traveled even the Himalayan region due to the underground water table. Since the realization of destruction due to the use of pesticides, the world is now hurled forward with the movement of organic agriculture. It is believed that the remains of DDT in the DNA of the human beings will be passed on from generation to generation. DDT mutates the human beings. This is why there are so many cancer patients around the world. The Himalayas are the least affected area. This is why Jumla apples could be certified organic. The apples that are left in the stock are being sent to the cities after the shine. Let us look at this report for a little while.
After the shine had started, the farmers had stored away the apples. With the hope of getting good price for their apples, the farmers are sending the apples outside of their village. The locals say the apples are going outside targeting Tihar market. The apples worth 18 crore rupees have been sent outside of Jumla district. The Agriculture Knowledge Center indicates that there was production of 6,100 tons of apples in the district. According to the office, about 3,000 tons Jumli apples were sent through air and land. The office indicates that apples of grade A, B, and C are all going out of all the 8 local levels. When the farmers sold the apples at the rate of 60 rupees per kilogram, the district earned 18 crore rupees by the end of Asoj. However, the local trader informs that only 50% of the total apple produced is sent outside of the district. Since the packaging is not of high quality, the farmers are not getting the right price they want. 10% of the apples are made into pieces. They inform that there is still some apples left in the store. The 15th District Council had declared Jumla into organic district in the year 2066 BS. This means the district has earned Nepal Organic Certificate. After that, the apple cultivation has started as a big movement in the district.
After the report on apples, let us now take a small commercial break. After After the commercial break, welcome back to Agriculture Affairs in Nepal. Dear viewers, let us now talk about the affairs of army insects. The army insect has traveled all the way from the Caribbean to Nepal. These insects are problems of the American and African agriculture in Nepal. They have been infesting for the last 1 decade. These insects are a huge problem all over the world. In Nepal, this insect eats up everything into stub. The corn, rice, wheat, etc. are all food of this insect. The control efforts have not been that successful. The government has to look into this issue in a war footing. The farmers in Bardia are suffering from the outbreak of army insect every year. Control efforts have been unsuccessful. Let us look at this report for a little while.
Farmers are now being hit by army insects in maize, wheat, and vegetables in the district. According to experts from the same area, the insect has moved into Nepal, especially through the weather and seeds. It has been suspected that the seeds that are purchased from foreign countries are the culprit. Some of the experts say that the insects come by attaching themselves in the traveling people. According to Pushpa Raj Belbase, it is most likely that the army insects have come into the country through neighboring countries. According to agronomists, the seeds of recently imported hybrid variety have brought new diseases in the sector. The first infestation of the army insect was first reported by a farmer in the year 2067 BS. Since then, the farmers have been suffering from the outbreak. Good grains, including rice and other lentils, have also been infected. But the outbreak of the military insect have not been controlled. The outbreak that started from Bardia is moving to neighboring Banke, Kailali, and other districts. Due to the spread of germs of military insect in various varieties of seeds, it is seen that in the long term there will be difficulty in solving the problem.
After the report on army insects, let us now talk about the affairs of the harvest of green paddy. A record shows that the earliest rice was found in Indo-Gangetic plain around 7,000 to 6,000 BC. The most widely accepted date for the cultivation of rice is 3,000 to 2,500 BC. Since then, rice has been widely cultivated all over Asia and all over the world. By the Western standards, rice is a very light food. In the modern times, it is also known as the slimming diet. This is because the 100 grams of the dry rice contain less calories than other grains such as the oat, wheat, and corn. In many instances, women who want to remain thin eat the rice. In Nepal, however, the rice is consumed in a very large amount. Because it is light, the people have the tendency to overeat this grain in Asia. We Asians produce 90% of the rice in the world. Till now, all the breeds have been growing well in Nepal. In the hope of producing more, there was plantation of new variety. This backfired. Farmers in eastern Chittagong have started harvesting green paddy after the paddy did not bear seeds. Let us look at this report for a little while.
Farmers who planted Indian hybrid paddy called garima are beginning to reap the green paddy after the crop did not seed. Local farmers have said that the rice is harvested as it is too late to plant vegetables. In the past years, by this year, the storage would be full, but this year farmers have been hit hard. Most farmers in Kairani Pidrahani village of Kairani Municipality 11 have been suffering due to the garima variety of rice. The paddy was planted in all the fields after assuring the cultivators about the ripening of garima variety 1 week ahead of Savitri. Meanwhile, the Agriculture Knowledge Center Bharatpur said that it would take some time to consider the issue of non-seed bearing of the garima. Government investigators here have stated that the quality of the seeds did not match with the garima variety of rice registered in Nepal with the paddy planted in the district that did not grow. The same office had earlier sent a sample to the Hariyar Bhavan Quality Center Hariyar Bhavan for DNA testing. But DNA testing of the seeds will not be possible before the festival, informed the center officials. According to Chitwan Agriculture Knowledge Center, the test will be technically confirmed only after the festival.
After the report on green paddy, let us now talk about the affairs of the agriculture in Nepal. Nepal is a small country with hard mountains. It has been hidden from the world due to the difficult mountains. The travels to the mountains was not really liked by the people in the past. Very sparse settlements were there in the mountains till recently. Now the roads have been built and the Nepali mountains are no longer secluded. The mountains are coming into the mainstream of the world by providing organic produce. Yet the challenge is there to produce enough as more and more youths are going abroad, abandoning the traditional occupation. This next report sees the challenges in agriculture in a pessimistic point of view. Though the government is trying, there are problems in implementation of government projects. Let us look at this report for a little while.
In the view of the development of agriculture sector in the recent past, there has been a shift from the shoulders of oxen and buffaloes to the technology of power tillers and tractors. The issue of organic fertilizers has been topic of discussion in the society. Since then, the area of cultivable land has been declining due to population growth and increasing urbanization. Some places have problems storing manufactured goods. Agriculture insurance, like life insurance, has only rarely begun to occur. The government is supposed to fix the price of the crops by including the cost of seeds, but the government has not done so. Because of this, the gap between producer and consumer price is huge. Why does man forget that the food needed by every human being is produced from agriculture? The farmer's son and daughter forgets about the agriculture sector while staying in the city and financially reaching certain positions. We, being developing country, have a compulsion to live in agriculture. But why don't we develop this profession? The current burning problem is not getting public labor. Everybody is abroad in the greed of money. Farmers have no faith in the products produced by the government sector. The seeds do not sprout, and if sprouted, the plants do not bear fruit. Nepal has to rely on the neighboring country India for seeds, but it does not have the feeling of real cooperation. It has only become financial branch of the banking business. If the member of the organization have the idea of co-work, there would be saving of money and time. The government has given little attention to agriculture industries as the jute mills, sugar mills, etc. Such industries should either be operated by the government itself or given to the private sector. The middlemen have taken up a lot of profit in the market and distribution. Here, it is necessary to implement and evaluate the programs and policies to attract the youth power into agriculture. Here, the subsidy given to the agriculture sector also falls on the hands of the unrealistic farmers rather than the real farmers. The real farmers do not know about this. The budget allocated for the development of agriculture sector is also negligible. In order to truly develop our country, it is necessary to first focus on transforming the agricultural sector into a commercial one by increasing the morale and reputation of the farmers.
After the report on agriculture in Nepal, let us now talk about the affairs of the onion. It is believed that onion originated in Central Asia. Onion was eaten before agriculture started and even before writing was ever invented. So this onion goes way back in the human history. Some of the health benefits of the onions are blood sugar control, cancer fighting property, increase in bone density, etc. Onions give great dimension to the taste of the food. In Nepal, onion is very popular and considered pricey. In Nepal, till now, onions have been coming from India. This year, there's a problem of importing onions from India, so the onions are coming from China. Onion imports from Russia have increased after India banned import of onions to Nepal. Let us look at this report for a little while.
In the month of October alone, 238,500 kg of onion was imported from Rashwagadi Duty Office. In the last fiscal year, onion imports from this port were zero. Traders have started importing from China after India banned onion imports. The Chief Customs Officer of Rashwagadi Custom Office, Punya Bikram Khadka, said for the first time in the current fiscal year, large amount of onions have been imported from this border. Onion worth 1 crore 22 lakh 51,930 rupees has been imported from this custom. The main commodities from the Rashwagadi custom are apple, Chinese pear, onion, garlic, ready spices, dried green mustard, green tea, and dried berries. Exports have also been exported to China, including bamboo molds, wooden tables, winnower, Buddhichitta garland, incense holder, and brooms. But agriculture goods have not been exported to China from this border at the moment. Most of the imports from China have been going through this custom since November of the year 2072 BS. Since Rashwagadi has been declared as international custom in the year 2074 BS, there is a rise in the number of businessmen and passengers across the border.
This is all in Agriculture Affairs in Nepal with me, Nirmala Basnet. Before I go, let us review the main affairs of the day. The 50 villages in Karnali are preparing to become model villages within 3 years. Recently, there has been initiation of marigold cultivation in most of the areas in Dang. In the first 2 months of the current fiscal year, commodity imports have decreased while the exports have increased. Thank you for watching Agriculture Affairs in Nepal with me, Nirmala Basnet. I'll be back with more affairs next time. Till then, Jai Krishi, Jai Kishan, Samriddha Krishi, Nepal Kushan.